Hello, I'm Dr. Girish Raisinghani, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, SPC Government College, Ajmer. Today we are going to discuss about the soil. Soils consist of weathered materials, air, water, humus, and also the plants which they support. Normally, soil consists of air 25%, water 25%, mineral particles 45%, and organic matter 5%. And in this organic matter, near about 80% is of humus, roots of the plants 10%, and the other organisms 10%. Soil determines the local distribution of plants either directly or in relation to other factors. According to Warming 1895, plants are classified on the basis of soil on which they grow as lithophytes grow on rocks, chasmophytes grow in rock fissures, psammophytes grow in sandy soil, halophytes grow on saline soil, auxilophytes grow in acid soils. Soil influences following plant activities besides being a source of anchorage, water, and minerals. Soil has got the ability of seeds to germinate, size and erectness of plants, woodiness of stem, vigor of vegetative parts, extent of root system, drought and frost resistance, susceptibility to parasites, amount of pubescence, and date of appearance and number of flowers per plant. Now, formation of soil. The whole process of soil formation is generally divided into two steps: weathering and pedogenesis. Weathering, it is the breakdown of bigger rocks in the fine, smaller mineral particles. And this, first of all, it is by the physical process, then chemical process, and the biological process. Physical process. It includes water, temperature, glacier, gravity, etc., which causes weathering of rocks through processes such as wetting, drying, heating, cooling, freezing, glaciation, solution, and sandblast. In the chemical process, it includes hydration, hydrolysis, oxidation, reduction, carbonation, chelation, etc. Now, what is hydration? Hematite absorbs water and gets changed into limonite. Limonite swells up and causes rocks disruption. Hydrolysis. Water hydrolyzes some rock minerals like silicate, orthocalase. The latter is broken up into kaolinite, releasing potassium and some silica. Then oxidation. Oxygen combines with certain minerals to form oxides. The latter combine with water to form soluble hydroxides. Then reduction. It is reverse of oxidation, where oxygen is removed or an electron is added, giving rise to soluble compounds. Thus, reduction of ferric iron to ferrous iron disrupts rock cementation because of ferrous iron is more soluble. Now, carbonation. Addition of carbon dioxide or biocarbonic acid make limestone soluble. The lime cemented rocks are therefore disrupted and get disintegrated. Then is the biological process. Biological weathering also means organic weathering. It is the disintegration of rocks as a result of the action by living organisms. Microscopic organisms can also produce organic chemicals that can contribute to the rock's mineral weathering, example plants, animals, and lichens. Lichens, microorganisms, and the roots, the higher plants, help the weathering process. Lichens retain water for sufficient time to cause hydrolysis and carbonation of rock aluminosilicates into clay aluminosilicates. Microorganisms cause reduction of iron and manganese salts and increase their solubility. Organic acids secreted by lichens and microorganisms have a strong chelating action on minerals. They bind the insoluble metals into the soluble complexes called chelates. Next is pedogenesis. It is the process of soil formation as regulated by the effects of place, environment, and history. During this process, there are added various organic compounds, dead organic matter, and living organisms, etc., to the mineral matter. As a result of mineralization of dead organic matter, the minerals are then gradually added to different layers of developing soil. This soil, when fully developed, can be seen having a number of layers, horizons of the soil known as soil profile. Now, we can understand the formation of soil by this diagram. This is a parent rock. Now, this parent rock by physical weathering means wetting, drying, heating, cooling, freezing, glaciation, solution, sandblast. Then it is just change into disruption into fragments, and from these fragments it is converted into fine small mineral particles by chemical weathering, hydration, hydrolysis, oxidation, reduction, carbonation, and chelation. And then by pedogenesis, that is by organic matter, organic compounds, and by the live organisms, these smaller fine particles, they are changed into the soil. That means the development of soil profile is developed. Now, there are some of the factors which affect the soil formation. The nature and type of soil forming at a particular place is largely governed by 4 soil formation factors: parent material, topography and time, climate, organisms, and in organisms there is phytosphere, zoosphere, and microorganisms. First of all, we take parent material. Physical constitution of parent material influences the aeration, leaching rate, and texture of the developing soil, whereas the chemical composition influences chemical characteristics of the soil. Topography and time. It influences soil formation through drainage, soil aeration, and retention of water. In this, there is a residual soil. After erosion, only a thin coarse soil is left on steep rocks on which it is formed. Transported soil. Most soil from slope is carried away by several agents. Mature soil. These are developed over a long time, reflecting the influence of organic matter and climate, and have well developed soil profile. Next factor, climate. It includes rainfall, temperature, humidity, evaporation, and wind, and these are the climatic factors that strongly influence soil formation. Next is organisms. The effect of plants, animals, and microbes on soil formation is known as biosphere effect. It includes, first of all, phytosphere. Direct plant activities such as secretion of organic acids, enzymes, respiratory carbon dioxide, input of organic matter after death, micro-meteorological influence of vegetational cover. Then is the zoosphere. Direct interaction between primary production and consumption by animals, with consequent effect on input of organic matter to the soil. Soil-dwelling micro-arthropods, mollusks, etc. have a direct influence on organic matter turnover and incorporation. Microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, etc. involved in the geochemical, biochemical, and physiological processes of pedogenesis. Thank you.